Now we need to make this thing appear into the view section. So let's head back to this index.html, and first of all, let's link up this custom script.js to the index page that we had created in this respect. So we will be now using this script source here. First of all, so in the first case, we will be mentioning here the path of this individual file, custom script.js. So we are putting the folder name right where this custom script.js file lies. So it is the custom.js, and in the second case, we will be now mentioning the file name, which is custom script.js. So we had put it right over here. First of all, let's have a check onto it. Press Ctrl S, head back to our project and reload, and we can see nothing significantly changes right over here into this display section, into this browser, because so far we haven't used anything that is practically using all these stuffs right over here, like this module and the controller that we had created earlier. So in the next case, we are about to do it. We had already make usage of a particular directive which is known as ngapp, and now we need to mention the name of the precise name of the module that we have created. So what is the name of it? It is new module. So let's copy. Let's head back to index.html and let's place it here. In the next case, first of all, let's make usage of another directive, ngController. So this is another directive which is known as ngController, and the purpose of it is to bring on the controller that we had created into the custom JS script. So this is what it is about to do here. Let's copy the controller name. And what was the controller name? So the name of this controller is new controller as been provided by us. Let's copy this name from here, head back to index.html and let's paste it. Another thing, in an order to get the proper view of the string that we had created earlier, the value, this hello cruel world, sorry, it's not cruel's world, it is cruel world. Now, in an order to print it into our view section, we need to use the data binding expression here. In the first place, we will be placing it right outside the paragraph tag where we had made usage of this ngController directive. So here we will be now using the data binding expression here, and we will be mentioning the same property name that we had created here, this message. Let's copy this thing from here and paste it right over here. Now, if we press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, we can see that the property value is not seen, is not displayed anywhere into this HTML browser output. This is due to the fact we had made usage of this ngController directive into a definite paragraph tag, and we had made usage of this data binding expression right outside the paragraph tag where we had made usage of it, of this controller. So that is why there's practically no display of this message value hello cruel world into this HTML browser page. Now let's make it another way. Instead of using it outside of this paragraph tag, if we now use it right within the paragraph tag, we are now using it inside. Press Ctrl S. If we now head back to our project and reload, we can see that the value of the message property is currently visible. So the output is clearly visible here. This is the same value that we had provided into our custom script. There goes the value, and right now it is being displayed into our project. Now let's make another change. Instead of using this individual directive over here, we will be now using it into the body section. And on the other hand, we will be using this message outside of the paragraph. We will be keeping it outside of the paragraph tag that we had used previously. Let's press Ctrl S. Let's now head back to our project and reload. And we can see that the same display is now seen into a new paragraph. This is due to the fact that we had made usage of this ng controller into the body section, and that is why the AngularJS application is now enabled for the entire body section that we are using right over here. So anywhere, wherever we use this data binding expression, it will be working here. And on the other hand, we had made usage of this ng-app directory along with this HTML tag. So the AngularJS is practically being bootstrapped along with the entire page for our project. So this is it. Now in the next case, instead of using it along with a variable here, we had created this controller and we had placed this JavaScript function within this variable. So if we do not wish to make usage of any kind of variable here, all we are about to do, we need to copy this thing from here entirely. We do not have a need of any kind of variable, and here instead of using any kind of name, we are practically able to use that individual function right over here. And we need to make usage of it. But this is not the very good approach. I would like to say that this is not an approach at all. In some later cases, we will be finding that there are a lot of complicated functionalities which are about to be added into our project. And in that particular case, if we wish to make usage of it like this one along into the register part, we may encounter with some kind of error into our project. So that is why it will be a very practical and very wise thing to create all the functions into some separate places and then together store it against a definite variable known as my controller or anything else, whatever name you provide, and make usage of it into the register section. In the last case, I would like to say that in case if you have noticed that whenever I am pressing something like this one, this AngularJS or this kind of things, you might see that the AngularJS library is already been enabled into our project. But this is not the real thing. Whenever you are first time running AngularJS into your project, perhaps you might not be able to get any kind of help from any kind of AngularJS library. So in an order to include that into our project, the very wise thing will be to create a separate reference path to include the like this one. Head back to index.html, and here we will be copying this CDN that we had copied from their official website, and we will be pasting them. So what it is exactly going to do? It is going to include the AngularJS library such that from now on, whenever we are about to type in something related to the AngularJS, the AngularJS library shall prescribe the processed functions, the used functions into their library. And that is what we can exactly see here. We can make usage of this controller, or we may make usage of this module, or this sort of thing. So whatever you are trying to do, whenever you are trying to include some kind of libraries here, all you need to do, you need to mention this reference path at the top of the custom script.js that you have already created. There it goes. Press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and nothing changes. So this is it. This is how you are practically able to create the MVC structure of AngularJS. You are able to create your very own module. You are able to create your very own controllers part. You are able to create the model structure. Next, you are able to register the module along with the controller that you have created. And in the last case, you are able to use this model into the view section of your project. So this is it up to this far. In the next case, we will be learning something more about AngularJS. So hope you guys have liked this tutorial. If you guys have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then.